Hey Stampers, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a creative kind of day. This video today is not, we're not going to craft anything, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit about joining Stampin' Up. I get emails about joining and what it means to be a hobbyist, what it means to be a career demonstrator. There's just all this lingo out there, and I just wanted to come to you and share with you my experience and kind of what it means. So to join Stampin' Up, the starter kit is $99 and you get $125 worth of merchandise. And yes, you can pick out anything that you would like. So it's fully customizable. So that is awesome. So you pay $99 plus tax and you get to pick out $125 in merchandise. And some good news, shipping is free. So that is fantastic. That saves you another $12.50 right there. So it's a really great kit. And sometimes we're doing promotions. And in different various months, there'll be promotions. And the promotions can range from all kinds of different things, from a stamp pad collection to an extra bit of merchandise. And so Stampin' Up just kind of pops those up on us and we don't really know when they're coming. But of course, if you're interested in joining Stampin' Up, you can always reach out to me and let me know, and I can let you know if there's any type of promotion going on. All right, so what does it mean once you join? Well, everybody joins as a Stampin' Up demonstrator. And there's one requirement to stay active. That requirement is that you meet your quarterly minimum. That's $300 before shipping and tax per quarter. But I have some good news. If you join at the beginning of a quarter, for example, say January, and then the next one would be April. I've got to think it through, right? But if you join at the beginning of a quarter, well, in a sense, you're not required to buy or sell anything in that quarter. And so you would have almost six straight months to buy or sell 300 to move into that next quarter. And then you would move on as qualifying. You'd have to buy or sell 300 to stay active. Now, good news is let's say you can't make it and you aren't able to make it in those 6 months or the 3 months, depending on where you're at. Well, you just go into pending and nobody gets upset. It's not really that big of a deal. Stampin' Up's just giving you an extra 30 days to pull out of that because we want to keep you. We want you to stay a part of Stampin' Up. So when you join Stampin' Up, what do you get? Well, you get a lot of great things. First off, you get access to our demonstrator portal. And inside of there, you'll find ideas and inspiration. Of course, our Stampin' Up corporate office is in there, and they're sharing training ideas and lots of ideas, lots of samples and inspiration. You'll get to meet lots of other demonstrators. So I love that part. Some of my best friends have come through my journey of Stampin' Up, and also my customers, right? So many of you I've become super close with, and I'd love to have you on my team as well as I'd love to have you as a customer. So joining Stampin' Up, you get access to our on-stage events. Those are a blast. I absolutely love our corporate events, and they're twice a year. And so, you know, I usually do a team day, a team event right before they start. And then we go on into the Stampin' Up event together. It is so much fun, and you leave so inspired. And of course, Stampin' Up always shows us new catalogs and new products. They show us some new techniques and that sort of thing. So I always get excited, and I always try to come home and film some videos and share those with you guys. So that's one of the nice perks. I also do, like I said, the team events in the various locations of our onstage, but I also do some team events here locally where I live. And so you're always welcome to come to any of those. Now we have a private Facebook page. That's right. So my team is called Blooms and Butterflies. So I'm excited to tell you how I came up with that name. So those are some of my favorite things, are flowers and butterflies. And so I thought, well, gosh, well, my blooms could be the demonstrators that just want to join for a hobby, and they're excited to get the discount. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And even as a hobbyist demonstrator, you can still sell to your family and friends, but maybe you're not out there actively trying to sell the product. So I called those team members blooms. And then my butterflies, well, they're out there flying and spreading their wings, and they're working on selling the product. And so that's where I came up with Blooms and Butterflies. And so we have a Blooms and Butterflies Facebook page where we get to know each other. We have a team challenge. We've got lots of different things. I'm always out there trying to think of ways to get people, to be sharing and creating and just loving what they do. This is a passion business. Stampin' Up! Is about loving what you do and doing what you love and just stamping and creating and sharing. So I just love it. All right, we also have a team website, and in this team website are several videos, training videos. I'm really big into motivational videos. I don't know, I'm motivated by, sometimes just seeing some of these other videos and inspirational stories, so I share those. Of course, I share some of our challenges and that sort of thing in our team website. So if you're part of Blooms and Butterflies, I will give you a password for that. Now, I'm also a part of what's called the Creativate team. It's a team of 5 demonstrators, and we've all have made some great achievements within Stampin' Up! And we've all come together and we've realized that we all have different strengths, right? So if we brought all of our strengths together in these different areas, that we can serve our teams better. So we do Facebook Lives training on a private Creativate Live site. And I love this, and I believe my team is enjoying it too. And so if you jump aboard, you'll also have access to that. So now I started stamping 11 years ago. It's hard to believe, but I've been a demonstrator 11 years, and I started out as a hobbyist. I was a bloom. I had no intention on selling Stampin' Up! I just wanted to join and have some fun. I was looking to make some friends in my area, and I went to my first Stampin' Up! Party, and I left, I came home, and I told my husband, I am gonna sell this stuff. And he's like, what stuff? True story. And I'm like, Stampin'. And he was like, Stampin'? Anyway, we kind of slept on it, and the next day he was like, okay, well, you really seem to enjoy it, so that sounds great. So I called my upline, Jill, and I said, Jill, I am gonna join. And she was like, really? So back then you had to fax in the paperwork, and she's like, well, you're gonna have to come over and fill out the paperwork so we can fax it in. And I was like, wow, okay. So it didn't take long, and I was able to join, and immediately I was off and running. So I just basically had card classes at my home, and I loved it so much. I loved what I was doing. I would cut paper. I was a professional paper cutter, as I am still today. That is my title, and I love it. I would not change it for the world. And I would have ladies over, we would craft together, we would fellowship. My sons would even walk around and they would cut little cookies, and they would pour the ladies water. A lot of times my husband back then was traveling a lot, and so it was the boys and I home, and I would have these classes once a month. And so the ladies loved the boys so much that they would bring quarters, and they would tip them if they brought them a little bit of water or they refilled their water. And half the time nobody was hungry, but they got a cookie because it was so sweet that the boys wanted to bring it to them. So it just was so much fun, and we all bonded, and it just is such a great time. And then moving forward, as time went on, I started to attend Stampin' Up! Events, and I realized, oh my gosh, I really want to do this and share this with my friends and my family and in the world. And so that's kind of what happened, and I decided to start filming some videos and moving from doing workshops only in my home for people that were nearby to sharing it with all of you and going online. And now I feel so rich and friendship. I've got friends all over the world. So this has just been such a blessing for me, and I love being a part of Stampin' Up!, and I think you will too. Now, I do want to mention, a lot of people ask me what the discount is. The discount is 20%. That's right. So you do get 20% off of your merchandise. Plus you get, once you sell up to $900, you get an additional up to 25% off. So you get 20% off, and then once you sell $900, you get 25% off. So it's just a really great deal. And if you already love stamping and you're already addicted like I am, well, then you might consider joining in Stampin' Up and utilizing that discount, you know, I guess to support your habit. No, just kidding. Well, no, maybe I'm not, because it did me for like 7 years before I started selling it. So you just never know where it might lead for you. So I hope that answered some of your questions. If you have any concerns or you have any other questions, please let me know. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Catalog, be sure to email me. If you go up the top of my website, it says Request a Catalog. Fill that out. Let me know you're interested in becoming a demonstrator. I'll send you some paperwork. I'll send you the catalog and some goodies and some samples, because I think when you are putting together your starter kit, it is wonderful to have the catalog in front of you so you can see all the great things that we offer, and you can pick out the kit that I think will work best for you. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for watching my video today, and I look forward to hearing from you and sharing this journey of Stampin' Up! Have a great day. Bye, everybody. I didn't know how to close.